So why is everyone so scared, sorry, about the gold and silver rally? I think we need to study data, and today I'm going to show you the data that I study and why this might be bullish for the market. Because what comes after it, it's exactly what you, me, and everyone in crypto wants, except the bears, of course. Except the bears that believe that the top is in, that we are going lower. But if you are a bull like me, you want this. You want this rally that we are seeing on silver, that we are seeing on gold, and another precious metal. So let's go and explain today what's happening with the market. Probably this will be the last stream before the end of the year. So smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, leave your comment at the end, tell me where you are watching from in the chat. I always like to map the audience, and let's see what's happening. But first I want to tell you that this is a crazy week because there's no volume. When there's no volume, it's easier to hunt liquidity, okay? So have this in mind, because what I'm going to show you today, now, might be something that might bring some volatility, okay? And listen to this. Today we are going to have some data. There's nothing major about this one. The two that I'm looking, it's FOMC minutes on Tuesday and jobless claims on Wednesday, okay? So, like I said, crazy week, a lot of people on holidays. It will be another short week for trading. There's no volume, as we saw this morning. There's no volume. And I'll go to the charts later. So be aware that it's very easy to hunt liquidity, okay? So with FOMC minutes, we will know how many members of the Fed wanted to cut rates, to pause rates, to hike rates. I don't think anyone wanted to do a hike, but we will see if there's a lot of divergency on the opinions, okay? So this might bring some volatility. So be aware and be that FOMC minutes on Tuesday might move the market, okay? Also, jobless claim on Wednesday, yeah, for sure. That will move the market because we know Powell is watching the job market. And if we want more rate cuts, unfortunately, we need a lot of people unemployed. So these, for me, are the two main events of the week, okay? Then we have the New Year's holiday, and there will be no volume here, okay? There will be a lot of volume somewhere else, but not on the market. So just pay attention to this and be careful, because I think it's important to understand that this week it's good for trading, but it's also good to have a few stop losses, okay? Now, I'll start with the bad news before going to the good news, okay? Let's start with the bad news. And maybe this is why we are seeing metals rallying. We might have another shutdown, okay? We might have another shutdown coming in January of 2026. So you all remember the last one, it was the longest one ever. And we know they set a deal, they have done a deal, and it's still January 31. And now we might get another one, okay? I don't know if this is going to happen or not. I'm just telling you that there's a chance that this happens, and we all know how the market reacted. There's no data, uncertainty, whatever. So if 2026 doesn't start ripping on the second day of the year, okay, just calm down. We might have another shutdown, okay? So just for you to be aware, have this in mind, that we will start to listen more about this, okay? And they need to sort this out, okay? So I want to know, is there any Ethereum lovers here or Ethereum maxis? I want to know. I know there are a few Solana maxis. I know there are a few XRP maxis like Brand. But Ethereum, I would like to see some Ethereum maxis. I don't know where they are lately. I think we lost them. But anyway, talking about Ethereum, and this is a chart that everyone will be happy to see. So yeah, we have there's always an Ethereum maxi. There's always an Ethereum maxi. So this is a very important chart. Okay, just for you to be aware, when we topped in October, September, the exit queue for Ethereum was crazy. Okay, it was a massive one. I was not at Banter at the time, but I reported this. And now we are seeing some sort of flippening. What I'm trying to explain is that now the queue for staking Ethereum is starting to be higher than the queue for exiting the Ethereum on stake. Okay, so if this, it's still a small one, but we need a few opium for Ethereum, right? Even I have Ethereum, and I'm not one of the biggest fans of Ethereum, but I have Ethereum. So we are starting to see this flippening from the exit queue and the entry queue, and more people want to stake their Ethereum. We know this is something, for example, that Tom Lee is doing. Okay, I've been very vocal about this. I think Tom Lee model is much more sustainable than Michael Saylor, because an investor there will get a revenue, a yield from their Ethereum, and they don't need to sell, let's call it the main bag. Okay, they buy Ethereum, they put it on stake, and the investors are getting Ethereum and waiting for a price appreciation. It's easier to do than it is from Michael Saylor, for example. But this year, it's a good sign, okay, especially at the end of the year. This is a very good sign, and yeah, this is something that for the Ethereum bulls, I think you'll like this, okay? That's why I brought it, and also because I have Ethereum, and so I need to say something positive about Ethereum, because I want my Ethereum back to go higher. So we all make mistakes, right? And one of them for me was buying Ethereum. I'm joking, okay? I think Ethereum is going to outperform Bitcoin really soon, and everyone that's invested in Ethereum will be really happy. Now let's talk about the main thing that I want to talk today, okay? Yesterday, I wrote, 2 days ago, Saturday, I wrote this on my X. You should follow me on X, because in the middle of all the shit posting that I do, sometimes I post something like this. And what I wrote here was an analysis on how Bitcoin and crypto performed after gold tops and after silver tops. And although I'm not going to read this here, I'm going to show you. I think it's very much more interesting if I show you. So Ethereum, I don't have the data for 2011. Unfortunately, I don't have the Bitcoin data for 2011, but silver here topped in 2011, and then it didn't top anymore, okay? I'm kidding, it topped here in August too. Let me just mark here. And this happened, okay? I cannot show you the data now, but I'll show you later. So this is silver. We had two tops in 11 and July 2020. And this is gold, okay? This is a weekly chart. We had a top on August 2011, and we had a top on July 2020. So what does this tell us? For the 2011 that I don't have the data, I'll have to go here and I can show you this, okay? After gold tops in 2011, Bitcoin went from double digits, okay? You know double digits? You know, it's $99 max. Do you remember when Bitcoin was at $99? I don't remember because I was not buying it, so that was a big mistake. But like I said, it went from double digits to $1,200 after we had a run on gold, okay, like we are having right now. And then this is the most interesting one. In 2020, gold also had a bull run, and it topped here, July 2020. It's the same here, you can see. And what did Bitcoin perform after that? It's easy. You just go here, you pull this, I even need to put my chart lower, and Bitcoin did this. Let's say 600, 700%, more or less, after the run from gold, okay? So what I've been very vocal about it, and just for you to remember that here, Bitcoin was dead, okay? Here, when gold was running, Peter Schiff was doing victory laps like he's doing right now. Bitcoin was dead, everything was dead, altcoins were dead. Everything that was not gold was dead. Even silver, it didn't perform like this year, but everything was dead. Exactly the same thing right now, okay? But after that, and I've been telling this here, we are talking about diminished returns. There was a rotation from precious metals to other risk assets because the returns are no longer the same. So this is exactly what happened. I don't understand why people are so afraid of the gold rally or silver rally, because the silver one, for example, doesn't mean that the market is broken. It means there's not enough supply for the demand there is for silver. Okay? Understand this. The silver one doesn't mean that the market is broken or what everyone has said. No, I did research in 2022. That's when I bought silver. And at the time, they were already saying that there's not enough silver just for solar panels, just for this. Now imagine with the AI, the data centers, whatever, there's not enough silver, period. But you know the difference between silver and, for example, Bitcoin? Is that they can mine more silver. They can find more silver and mine it. They cannot do that with Bitcoin. They cannot do that with other tokens with a limited supply that has an utility, like XRP. Don't tell anyone. So, if everyone is afraid of this rally because they think that the dollar is going to go to zero or fiat currencies are dead, I'm not on that crew. I'm more in that, okay, this is the market behaving, and probably we are going to start to see a rotation. When will that happen? I don't have a magic wand, but I'm starting to see some signs of exhaustion, okay? So usually move like this will retrace. And today, this is important to show you. Sorry. Today we had silver retracing, I think around 10%, and Bitcoin went up. Same for gold. It was exactly the same. If you go here, we had a retracement on gold and Bitcoin started to go up. Now it's going down again, I think so. So this is just for you to understand that precious metals rallying, it's not something bearish, okay? It's not something that you should be afraid of, okay? Again, if the data is correct, it must be corrected for both sides. And history tells us exactly this. And you know I'm not a 4-cycle believer. The 4-cycle was invalidated as soon as we did an all-time high before the halving, okay? But like I've been telling you, I'm a bull. I do think this is just a correction. I think that's the chart I have here. And yeah, you can see we corrected more in 2021 before going higher. So like I said, silver rallying, gold rallying, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of fiat currencies. It's just the market. Okay, probably they are looking for some protection for another shutdown. We know DXY is cooked. DXY is cooked, period. So yeah, don't be scared about this, okay? Like I said, you are looking at the wrong chart. You need to start to see Bitcoin silver, Bitcoin gold, and maybe you'll start to see there's a great opportunity there. Okay, if you go to Bitcoin silver, you see a 70% correction. That's something that you should think, maybe I should buy now. Maybe now it's a good time. Sell some silver for Bitcoin after 70% correction. I'm not telling you to do it. I'm just saying that this is something that you should study, okay? Not financial advice, nothing here is financial advice. I'm just sharing my opinion. And let me just show you this because it has a better visual than mine. So if you see here, you have 20, like I said, 2000. You have 2020, not 2011, 2020. And it's the same thing. Gold rallies and then Bitcoin rallies, okay? So I know there are a few bears there. I know that a lot of people is bearish. Others are scared. And I'm just showing you the data. Okay? I'm not making anything up. I'm just showing you data that after gold tops, usually Bitcoin and crypto assets rally, okay? Yeah, you should give some likes. If I don't have enough, like I'll come here just, I don't know, next year only. I will not come here before. Without enough likes, I'm not coming here more. So this is just an analysis that I wanted to show you. I think it's worth your time to study. And if you don't want to study, I do this type of analysis almost every day in Portuguese and once per week on the Banter channel on Saturdays. Now Ran, Kyle, and the Banter crew is on holiday, so I've been here more often. Now let's look at Bitcoin. So, who is long on Bitcoin? I want to know who is long on Bitcoin. I want to know this. So first, I want to tell you this. I did this video here on a live stream, sorry. I did this one on Saturday, and I told you some trading strategy that you could use for a chopping market, for a chop market, when the market is choppy right now, okay? And one of them was range trading. The long went there perfectly. You'll have a full TP, okay? If you did a short here, you'll be stopped, but like I explained you, there will be a time it's range trading till we are out of the range. But you need to understand also that we are in a low volume and low liquidity environment now. So it's very, very easy to add liquidity for both sides, okay? But anyway, this one worked out. Then I told you that usually, let me show this. Usually when there's a low volume pump on a Friday, we will return to the price at 5 p.m. the US session on Sunday, sorry. We didn't went there on Monday, but we went there today. Okay? So remember this one and save it for when we have a normal trading session, when we have normal volume, normal news, etc. Okay? So again, like I said, and review the video. I'm not going to tell you everything, but I have another one to show you. So you can understand that we put a lot of work in trying to bring you knowledge. We want you to make money. And again, never mind the asset, I just needed an example. But I told you on Saturday the same. When you have a pump like this, you wait for a retrace below 50% so that you can go long. And look at this here. Textbook. It retraced, it came to our discount area, and then it went up. It shoot up, okay? Forget the asset. This is just an example. Do not buy this. I'm just using a chart that I could use for an example because we don't have many charts like this lately, okay? But for you to understand that, go watch the video that I showed you on Saturday, because there are a few strategies there that I think it might work with you, okay? Especially when the market is like this, okay? Especially when the market is like this. So let's look at Bitcoin right now. Bitcoin is going up. So again, I'm not on this trade anymore. It went to my full TP, but look, this is the support where it's been. Let me just remove this here. The trade is done. This support has been holding this really well, okay, really well. So what we are seeing here is liquidity hunt on both sides. Probably we are going to test again the 89,000. I would long this again, okay? I didn't take the trade because I was busy with other things, but I would have longed here again for a range trading. If you want to make money in range trading, this is one of the easiest setups. Of course, you probably got stopped here if you shorted, but if you were long and you saw something like this, you didn't have time to open the short. You didn't have time to open the short, okay? So, like I was saying, I would let long here if I was at the charts. I wasn't at the time, but this is where Bitcoin have been reacting. I do think we might go for 89, maybe 89,500, okay, and then I'll reassess. But I'll stick with my opinion till we break 9,500. This is just a range. We are just trading inside the range, okay? It's easy. I don't use indicators. I just use price action. And I pray a lot also. But yeah, this is something that, for me, we need to break 90,500 in order for me to be, okay, the worst is over. We are going higher. I know some people are still expecting for the Santa rally. I think we are all grown-ups now. Santa rally and Santa Claus, they don't exist. We might get a New Year's Eve rally. There's some rumors about good news coming for crypto. So yeah, let's see, okay? But for now, range trading, that's your best option. Scalps over swings, and you'll make money because you are here to make money. And I always say this, you scalp to make money, your spot bags surf the market, okay? And if you do this, if it worked for me, it should work for you, okay? So this is Bitcoin, okay? Now, I'll go to the comments later, and I know that the Portuguese crew is here. We have people from Texas. I'm going to Texas next year. Awesome. Hawaii, Romania, Australia. Awesome. Let me know where you are watching. And also, I might start an English channel in January. Let me know what you think about it. And let's go to Ethereum. Sorry. Look at this 4 hours week. Again, Ethereum's been rejecting the same area every day. This is the Gandalf for Ethereum. Here, it's the Gandalf for Ethereum. We can even write here, Gandalf. So, it's easier to understand. Gandalf line. You shall not pass. Here. So, it will break eventually. And I do think we are going to break it soon. Okay? If there's nothing major, if Bitcoin doesn't decide that it wants to go lower, I think we might see Ethereum reclaim the $3,000 not as a support, sorry, and then we can start to look at 3,200. Okay, but remember, this is a low liquidity environment. All these moves are liquidity. They are hunting for liquidity, so be careful here. But yeah, I do believe in this. I do believe that we are going to see a move on Ethereum, especially if we are going to get the New Year's Eve. It's still a center rally today, or it's New Year's Eve. Let me know if it's center rally still or New Year's Eve. Now, XRP, I told you this also. This was another example that I gave you on Saturday. We had a week here, we fulfilled the week, we consider this a deviation, and we went for the retest, and I went long, okay? If you had trade with leverage, even at the next leverage, from 184 to 191, whatever, you'll make a profit. Easy, okay? I'm still on this trade, I have my stop loss and break even. I do think we are going higher, but again, for XRP, and I'm a big XRP fan, as you know, and if you don't know, you know now, for XRP, I want to see the $2 reclaim, okay? This is I want to and I don't want to, because I've been buying a lot below $2, but I want to see the $2 reclaim, and when it reclaims the $2, then I do believe in the move higher, and we are going to go higher, okay? But so far, like I told you, my trading strategies, besides the one that should be on a Sunday when it was today, I think that you could have used it, and you could have you could have used it to trade, and you will be very happy today. So just my opinion, and I'm here trying to share my knowledge with all of you. For XRP, again, I want to see a reclaim of $2. Till then, I'll be careful with XRP, okay? Now, Solana. Solana is ranging. Solana is ranging. I don't know what's happening with Solana. Maybe it's Pump.Fund that's selling a lot. I don't know. But yeah, another range trading. So I thought it was similar to XRP on Saturday. And it was deviation. We came to test the support. We hold it, and we went higher, and then we dropped. Where we have been dropped 1, 2. It was the 4th time on this one. Okay, probably we are going higher from here. Again, the US session just opened. We know the US, being US, usually likes to dump. So just be careful here. Just wait 1 hour, 1 hour and a half after the US session opens so that the damage can be done. And I think that will be much more safer, especially all the liquidity is right now, okay? So another one that you might like, let me see. Be aware of Link, okay? Put Link on your watch list. There's a lot of on-chain accumulation with Link. Put Link on your watch list, okay? I think you should put Link on your watch list. I'm seeing a lot of accumulation. Usually that precedes some type of bullish announcement or some type of partnership. Just pay attention to that one, okay? You pay attention to Link. AVAX. I'm short on AVAX. I was waiting for this move, I think, for 1 week now. And yeah, so I'm still keeping the short open for AVAX, okay? I will leave it open. I have my stop loss on break even, and let's see what's going to happen. But yeah, so far I'm not going to touch this short. Okay, let me just check Bitcoin here. I would like some sort of rally. If it's center rally or if it's New Year's rally, I don't know. I just want a rally. Can we get a rally? except on XRP because I'm still accumulating more. Yeah, let's see. Okay, went here. Longs, shorts were taken, longs were taken. Probably are going to go higher. Okay, probably are going to go higher. So, yeah, let me see your comments. I know the Portuguese crew is here. Where is everyone from Banter? They're on holidays. They're enjoying their holidays. So, let me see. Texas, Ohio, Romania. Good afternoon. Sit on your hands. If I do, I cannot stream. I'm joking. I understand what you're saying. I couldn't resist. So, yeah, the Portuguese crew is all here. That's a nice place to be watching from Florida. I would love to be in Florida because right now here in Portugal, I think there are like 2 degrees or something like that. I would be a much happier person in Florida, to be honest. So, let me see. You want to know what I think about ICP? I like the technology. I like ICP, internet computer. Because I like internet and I use a computer. That's why I like ICP. Yeah, it's better that this is the last stream of the year. So I'll tell you what I told this on my Portuguese channel, the Portuguese Banter channel. You should follow us. If you speak Portuguese, you should follow us. But I said this, when I saw this massive pump on ICP, I didn't trust it. And I said, look, I'm seeing a lot of other accounts talking about ICP that they never talk about ICP or internet computer, and I don't trust this pump. And unfortunately, I was right. Okay, so I have ICP from a long time ago. I think it's, if I'm not negative, I think it's at my entry right now. I'm not sure. Let me see. Probably is at my entry. Or I'm a bit negative or something. But I do have ICP. ICP is that project is kind of awkward. I remember when it was launched, out of nowhere, there was a token valued at $400 or $500 on Coinbase, something like that, that no one ever listened about it. And I like the technology. I think they are too advanced for the time. Okay, I think ICP will have a use in the future, but right now it's like a long-term / community member till they start to deliver what they promise. But yeah, I like ICP. Okay, and the chart, there's not much I can tell you about this. Okay, what can I tell you about this? Might have found support here. It's been an area where it's been holding on. So yeah, I do believe in ICP, but I think it's still ahead of its time, to be honest. But yeah, that's the best. That's the only opinion I can tell you about this. I do have ICP. Okay. Kuala Lumpur. Yes, open the English channel. Probably I'll open the English channel. UK. Don't say unfortunately. Yeah, I know. UK and Portugal are kind of the same, but yeah. It's time to enter XR. I don't know. Monero. I have Monero. Where do I have Monero? I had Monero here. Let me see. Monero doesn't want to stop. That's the thing. I have Monero from a long time ago. And yeah, I think Monero is going to go. If it can hold this support, I think it's going to go. Privacy coins are a big thing, so we might correct something on the short term, but I think in the long term it's going to go. It's probably going to go. But yeah, I have some Monero, so I love this price action. I don't care much about the short-term prices for Monero or price action, so it doesn't bother me at all. I have Monero. I think, yeah, I'm not going to tell everyone should hold Monero because it's not easy to hold Monero, but yeah, I think it's I like it. So Boston, Bitcoin Cash. I'm not going to talk about Bitcoin Cash. Come on. I know it's showing some strength, but yeah. If you like it, for sure. But yeah. It's at the look. It rejected here every time. It's been rejecting this price since November 2021. So yeah, this is a big resistance here. Be careful. Be careful. So my opinion on Wild. Wild is the future of technology. Well, this is WorldCoin, right? Correct me if this is WorldCoin. I think so. This is WorldCoin, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is WorldCoin. What do you expect from a token that is given to people? All right. If this is WorldCoin, yeah. If you scan your eye, you get some tokens, you dump, right? If this is WorldCoin, okay. If not, I don't like this chart. We might have found the bottom, but I don't like this chart at all. Yeah. What were you expecting, right? It's like tokens that you are given, you dump it. So more greeting from Venus, amazing. Lebanon, and I think that's all, right? Do we have some likes here or not? Do we have tell me more. I like to check projects, but good projects. Like, come on, find me some good ones. Not something that is pumping. We need to find the red ones, those that no one cared about it. Not pimping. That's too degen. The thing with pimping is that there's some wallets that control 80% of the supply, if I'm not mistaken, right? I saw something about that. But I know that in my Portuguese community, they've been shorting this, like if there was no tomorrow, and they're making money here. But I will not short now. Honestly, I will not touch pimping because I know it's so easy to manipulate this chart. I will not touch it. Okay, I will not touch this. Now we're talking. 𝗠. I think 𝗠cy should sponsor Ronaldo. I'll be careful here. It's holding the support pretty well, but yeah, I don't see nothing here. I need to see a full reversion here. I need to see something like this and this reclaimed and tested support to start to look at 𝗠cy again. I need to see something like this. Because right now I don't like the structure at all. We might have found the bottom here, but yeah, I'm not touching this. I don't like this, if you know what I mean. I don't like this at all. Let me see more. AAVE. Is the drama with AAVE it's over or not? I know AAVE holders started to sing Ave Maria during the drama. It might have found support, but you need to wait for a change on the structure here. Yeah. You need to wait for a change on structure here. If this low here holds on, maybe. This could be a trigger here. Maybe we are seeing some sort of reversal here. Okay. We might have, yeah. Maybe we are seeing some sort of reversal here. Guys, take advantage of the B2Nix promo, okay? Deposit campaign. It will end in 2026. Go to the link in the description there. And if you want to trade tokens and on the most reliable exchange, you should go there. However, might reverse here. I'll even give I'll place an alert here. I will say I'm not going to trade till the end of the year. Now I'm already placing an alert here. So more. Okay. I'm not going to look at Zach. Zach has been ripping. Well, I will show you the chart. So what do you want me to tell you here? I'm not going to tell you anything here. Look at this. Right? It needs to reclaim this resistance as support and probably go higher. Easy. Okay. I've seen 𝗖𝗍, AERO. I don't know what you want me to see here. It might have found support, but you need look right now. Unless you are a spot holder, which is okay if you believe in the project. I'm not in AERO, but if this is a support, this is a good buy area. Okay, but if you want to trade, you need to wait for something, right? And that something is not here yet, but it's been holding this support really well. So if you want to trade this on spot, you just go here. This is your invalidation point, and if it comes lower, yeah, like I said the other day with CRV, it's kind of the same. Okay, it's even safer right now because look at this. Oh, sorry. You need to understand. Okay, do I believe this is going up? Sure. So this is a good place to bottom, where we might have found our bottom. I believe in the project. I studied it. So yeah, why not, right? But if you want to trade this here, we need a reversal. Unless I will not short because it's at the bottom, but I will not long here. Okay, unless you believe it's going to reverse here. But we have been testing this several times. 1, 2, 3. If you go there a fourth time, it will be lost. If you go there a fourth time, probably it's going to be lost. So just be careful, okay? And yeah, there you go. US being US. That's why I've been saying scalps over swings. US is doing the same thing again. And there's no liquidity. So, guys, hope you enjoyed the show. Like I said, probably it's the last one of this year. I might come back if there's something urgent. I might come back tomorrow. If not, I'll be back on the January 2nd. I'll be here on Friday. Okay, just one day that I won't be here. I'll be here on Friday, first stream of the year, and I hope to see you all here. And then we can start to look for trades because it's a new year, new candles, new vibe, new energy, new everything. And let's expect not a new shutdown. I wish everyone a happy new year and see you in 2026.